Hi everyone, welcome back. So today is our last video in our series of videos on the different types of human resources services we can provide. And today we're talking about terminations, which is not the nicest topic, but it's a reality. So Teresa's going to give us some information on the proper way of terminating to make sure that all your bases are covered when or if you have to terminate.
Yeah, we'll have clients who come to us and they want to immediately terminate somebody. And we kind of have to slow them down a little bit and say, okay, we need to take a look at a few factors here. We need to look at your employment contract, and sometimes they don't have one.
Right.
We need to take a look at a lot of different factors about the actual employee and their position and their pay and their location. And once we look through all of that, we'll help them decide whether termination is the best way to go. Sometimes we end up saying no, a progressive disciplinary approach is probably better at this time,
Okay.
or a performance improvement plan. So we'll talk about all those different options before we just go ahead and terminate employment, for sure.
And we can physically go to the client as well and sit down and actually be a part of the termination, correct?
Yes. Often, actually, there's a couple of different ways we've done it in the past. Sometimes our client doesn't want to have anything to do with it at all. There's a movie like that actually called Up in the Air with George Clooney, where that's all he does is he just flies to places and terminates people. Yeah, awful job.
Yeah.
But we will do that for our client. We'll go in and we'll take care of the entire termination, and they don't even have to be in the room.
Right.
Sometimes they just want us as a second party, and we'll guide them through. There's a lot of different things you have to do in an interview, a termination meeting.
Right.
Like be by the door, be prepared, because some people can actually become violent. Have a Kleenex box because some become emotional. So there's a lot of different emotions that you're dealing with in a termination. So we guide them through that entire thing, and often we get a lot of really good feedback from our clients saying, you know what, we were really nervous going into it, but you handled it for us, and we really appreciate that you did all the talking and that all we had to do was kind of be there.
Right.
Or we appreciate that you took care of the entire thing and we didn't have to be there. Or we guide them if they want to do it all themselves. We guide them on the steps to do that.
Because it's not a nice process, however it came about and the reasons, it's generally not a nice process to terminate someone.
No.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, I've seen a lot of crazy things. I've had people lunge at me. I've had people cry that I didn't expect to cry. I've had people jump for joy that I didn't expect to jump for joy. Like, there's been a lot of different types of reactions, and but it's hard. I mean, even I've done them for years, and it still kind of gets me a little bit inside, because you're dealing with somebody's livelihood. But we teach them a lot about that. Like, even there's a reason for this termination. They're not putting in what they need to with the company. There's just not a fit there anymore. So, we help them through that. And we also do termination letters. So we have a template available for our clients, and sometimes they want us to just put all the information in there for them, and sometimes they do the pieces, they put the pieces in that are required, but they get the template from us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we can also work with companies if they're going through staff reduction or hour reduction. We can help them with that as well.
Yeah, I mean, you see different times, when the economy is down, that's what we're doing more of. So we have clients who, after they've done everything that they possibly can to keep the lights on, they now have to look and turn towards their employees and say, we've got to do something. Sometimes it is dismissals, sometimes it's temporary layoffs, and sometimes it's a reduction in hours. But this is a very sensitive thing to work on.
Right.
So we walk through all the different options and what makes the most sense for the company and for the employee, especially if it's a good employee that you really don't want to lose. Mm-hmm. How do you still keep that relationship whole if you need to ask them to come back? Right? Yeah.
Okay, well, if you have any questions on any of the videos that you watched, please feel free to contact us, give us a call, or drop us an email, and we'll for sure be ready and willing to help you out with anything you might need.
Always.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.